reality. No messages. She put away her cell and entered the building. Lucie knew forensic institutes by heart. Always the same layout. Reception straight ahead, labs on the first and second floors, morgue and autopsy rooms symbolically located underground. The dead were no longer allowed to see light. The police lieutenant with sunken features and red-rimmed eyes got the information from the secretary. Her voice was hesitant and uncertain, vocal cords made hoarse by too many screams, sobs, and sleepless nights. According to the registrar, the subject, another awful word that squeezed her heart, had come in at 6:32 p.m. The medical examiner was probably finishing up the external exam. At that very moment, he was no doubt reading the events of the subject's final moments in the very substance of her flesh. Another little girl, not Clara or Juliet. Lucie had trouble staying on her feet. Her legs buckled, urging her to run out of there. She hobbled down the corridor, one hand on the wall, moving in slow motion, bathed in shadow, while somewhere outside, in the midsummer air, people were dancing and singing. The contrast was so hard to fathom. Everywhere else life went on, whereas here... 30 seconds later she was standing in front of a swinging door with an oval window. The place reeked of death. Lucie had led parents, brothers, sisters down these ink-dark tunnels to identify the body. Most of them collapsed before the viewing. There was something terribly inhuman about entering this place, something unnatural. In her field of vision on the other side of the window, a masked face directed an intent gaze toward a stainless steel table that Lucie couldn't see. She had lived through this scene so many times, and so many times she had seen only the start of a new case, a file she hoped would prove exciting, unusual. She had been like that cursed M.E. who was just examining one case among many, and who would go home that night, pour himself a drink, and turn on the TV. But today, everything was so horribly different. She was both the cop and the victim, the hunter and the prey, and just a mother, faced with the body of a dead child. Not one of my daughters. Some anonymous little girl. Other parents will soon be suffering instead of me. Drawing renewed courage from those words, Lucie flattened both hands against the door, took a deep breath, and pushed. The 50-something-year-old man had parked in the back of the Forensic Institute lot, behind a van delivering medical supplies. A strategic spot that allowed him to watch people coming and going from the building without attracting attention. Eyes hidden behind patched sunglasses, several days' stubble on his cheeks, sweat beading on his forehead. The heat, this lousy, thick, oppressive heat. He raised his glasses and mopped his eyelids with a tissue, fretting. Should he go in and get more information about the dead child? Or should he wait for the criminal investigations cops to come out after witnessing the autopsy and get the intel from them? Pressed back in his seat, Sharko massaged his temples. How many hours since he'd slept? How many nights had he spent tossing and turning in bed, huddled up like some guilty kid? The faint trickle of music from the dashboard radio and the thin drizzle of stifling air between the two open windows made his eyelids droop. His head lolled to one side. The sensation of free fall jolted him awake again. His body wanted to sleep, but his mind wouldn't let him. Franck Sharko, Chief Inspector of the Violent Crimes Unit in Nanterre, poured tepid mineral water into the hollow of his hand, wiped